Welcome to today's episode of Rise with Michelle. I'm releasing this just before Christmas, and before we move into today's conversation, I want to pause and say thank you. Thank you for being here this year with me, for reading, listening, reflecting, and staying with this work even when it hasn't been tidy or easy. This season naturally invites a slowing down, a taking stock, a moment to notice what has shifted beneath the surface, even if it hasn't fully taken shape yet. And that's what today's conversation is about, letting go. Not as a concept, not as something you decide once and move on from, but as something that happens quietly, often before the mind understands it. Letting go is one of those things we think should happen through willpower, like we can make a decision and suddenly we feel lighter. Well, that hasn't been my experience. In my experience, letting go usually begins when effort stops working. You're still showing up, you're still functioning, life keeps moving, but underneath, something feels different. The strategies that once helped you cope start to feel heavier. Pushing forward creates more tension instead of relief. Even rest doesn't restore you the way it used to. That moment is often misread as being stuck, and I don't think it is. I think it's a threshold. And thresholds don't respond to force, they respond to permission. There's an image I return to often, the lotus. Not the bloom we love to photograph, but the stage beneath the surface. The part where nothing looks resolved yet, where form hasn't really returned. Things feel murky and slow and unfinished. And that stage is quiet and it's uncomfortable. And it's where a lot of people turn back because not because they are weak or they're doing something wrong. It's because the in between feels intolerable. We'd rather hold on to what's familiar than stay present while something old dissolves and something new hasn't formed yet. And here's what I've learned through lived experience. Dissolution is not destruction. Letting go doesn't mean something is being taken from you. It means you're no longer gripping what has already started to soften. And that softening doesn't begin in the mind. It begins underneath it, in the subconscious, in the body, in the places where protecting became habit long before you were aware of it. I've lived long seasons where my body could no longer be pushed, forced, or overridden. Where effort didn't create progress, it created more tension. And I had to learn how to stay instead of tighten. And what I discovered is that when the grip softens at that level, everything else follows. Not all at once, not dramatically, but steadily. You begin responding instead of bracing. You begin choosing instead of preparing. You begin inhabiting your life instead of managing it. And this is something I explore deeply in chapter 4 of my upcoming book, Awakening Truth Be Told, titled The Power of Letting Go. And that chapter isn't about fixing you. It's about recognizing when effort has reached its limit and allowing something deeper to take over. Letting go in that sense isn't loss. It's a quiet strength. It's the moment you stop reinforcing what's already unraveling. It's the choice to stay present while things sort of reorganize themselves. It's allowing the body to release what it no longer needs to carry. If you're listening to this and watching the replay and something feels familiar, that matters. You don't have to act on it right now, and you don't have to decide anything today. Awareness is simply enough at this time. And as the year comes to a close and we move toward 2026, I'm holding a lot of gratitude for this space and for all of you who've been walking with me. We're not rushing what's next. We're letting it form the right way, the foundation. Big things are unfolding, and I'm grateful you're here for the becoming. So until next time, same space, same heart. We're not broken, we're in the in between and still rising.